Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey, Grampzquad here. We're back with another video from F-150 LEDs. Our buddies at F-150 LEDs sent us some stuff and I'm really excited about it. We got the Sentinel LED taillight bar and some Raptor Grill lights. We're going to do a little two-part here in this one video. Yeah, I'm going to call it heads or tails, and tell me which one you like best and why, and what you like about each one. We're going to go through and install the tail light bar right now. This one is a little bit different, tricky for my truck. I've got the, what do they call it, multi-function tailgate. It's got the swing out and then the fold down. So there's a bracket there with a couple of bolts there that stick out about a ½ inch. So I'm making some little spacers. You can go right over top of that and kind of, it'll bend a little bit, but I just want it to stand out and be fairly even. I'm a little OCD like that. So I'm going to show you a little bit here what I'm doing, and we're going to space out and measure the marks where we're going to have to put the brackets in. All right, stay tuned. All right, so here's the case it comes in, or the tube, and we got the light. I just got it down here underneath, wiring everything right there. Now it's 60-inch bar, so 30-inch would be on center, and I'm going to put one clip in the center, and then on the ends here I'm going to put it in just a few inches from the end. I'm not going to go right to the end. It looks like there's a bunch of welds right here on the end, so I'm going to just kind of come in a little bit and then kind of space them out. Here's what I'm talking about. If you can see that there, it sticks out about a ½ inch, and so I built some spacers. I'll show you here what those look like. This is the little clip that you screw in to the tailgate there. I've just got a plastic piece there that I've cut to size, drilled a hole through it, so it's going to stick out not quite a ½ inch, but almost there, so it's not going to be such a wobble in there. Got 3M tape here if you wanted to stick them on. Then we've got the awesome T connectors there. Okay, now a drill will work, but you're going to have trouble. You're going to need a long bit. I've got my little Dremel here, which is easier. It'll fit right in here, and I'm not going to be gouging up plastic or scratching the paint with this, hopefully. Okay. So I got a hole drilled there, and we're just going to do the other ones, and then we will attach the bracket. Okay, there's one hole on the far left. I drilled it out, and then I ran the screw in first, so I got some threads in there, and I'll find the other one. Yeah, there it is. All right, so we got all those drilled. We're going to just mount the brackets now. Okay, I've screwed on the two brackets that I put spacers on here because here's the little nuts are sticking out here. Got two. Anyway, so the other three are farther apart, so I'm not going to put the spacers on them. We'll bring it closer to the truck. What I did though is I took the 3M tape that they provided if you want to stick it on, and I'm putting it on the back of the little bracket, the little clip here. So I'll stick it to, I'll start the screw, and then I'll, anyway, stick it on there with that. So I've got those two on, and we're just going to attach these guys on here. So get the screw in there and the sticky 3M there. On here. Get all the clips on. Now I just grab the underneath here. All this down here. Where are we here? Let's feed it down here. All through. In there nicely. Very nice. So F150 LED logo showing right there. So we're at the one clip. And then I got my nuts right there. And goes nicely over that, so there's not a big wow in it. I just have the two spacers right here. Then we're back to flush mount. And another one there, and on the end here. So we just got about 3 or 4 inches on the end. May even put some of that two-sided tape there if you want to. If you want to have it a little secure, I might just do that on the ends here. The next step here is to get into the taillight wiring, and then we've got 2 8mm bolts. They're into plastic here, so I'm just going to be careful with it. Just use a wrench. Don't use any power tools on this one. I wouldn't recommend. Take these guys off. Now the tail light should slide out here towards you. There we go. So then there's a little clip here. Press down, pull the connection off. So here's what we got. We got the two screws, one there that we just pulled out. And these are in, my 2018 had them, they were directly in, but these kind of pull out at an angle. Those little guys. Alright. Just the side right there. Alright, so we need to feed those wires up into the taillight housing area here. And what I did was I've taken a coat hanger and I poked it down. Yeah. Anyway, you'll see, there we go, focus down there. The opening right down there. So set that down through there, and then I got little tape. Okay, so you can see the coat hanger coming up through a hole right there. Just going to attach the wires with tape and pull it up. Okay, so just another quick note. Attach it where the wires are coming out of the harness. There's what, the 3-4 wires coming out of the harness. And then there's a long stretch with the wire, the green one that's going to go to the other side. Don't pull that one up because you're going to have to shove it back down. So we just attach those wires. I got it taped up right there on the coat hanger, and we're going to pull it up. there's the green one. I'm gonna leave that down there. Okay, so I've got the little T-tap. These are really nice little T-taps. I looked around in the stores for them. I can't find them anywhere, but I'd like some extras, but these are really nice. Normally I like to solder butt connections and things like that. I'll use a solder butt, but these little guys, the wire in the end here, and push it in there, and then it grab a pair of pliers and it snaps right down. So the yellow wire here is the turn signal, and on mine it's a white with a green. So I'm going to come back here a little ways on the harness, not too close to the plug. Get it right on there. Pliers. Nice, really nice connection there. Got it all crimped down. So that's our yellow wire for the signal light. And we'll find the black and yellow wire back here. I try not to do it right beside it, just down a little bit from it so they don't get in the way of each other. There. Alright, the last wire we have to hook up for this taillight bar is for the reverse lights. Those are the yellow guys in there. So there's this one wire. I could not find it in the taillight plug right there. If somebody knows which one that is, you can let me know, or put that in the comments for someone else to make it a little easier. But what I've done is just ran the white wire, connected it to another wire, ran it underneath here, and I'll show you here if I can flip around this RV mat down so I can work on the driveway. Anyway, so yeah, I just hooked it to an orange wire. This is actually the white wire, so that's not orange, that's white. And kind of ran it along here, come along to the trailer plug. The center contact on that trailer plug is the reverse light. So if we come up here and take a look, yeah, so this center wire is the reverse light. All right, we'll tap into that guy with one of those fancy F-150 LEDs T-taps and go from there. Okay, that worked. That's the wire right there. Tapped it. This should be a white wire. Don't pay attention to that orangeness. And it runs all the way back up there to the taillight, to the white connection. And that's it for wiring on the F-150 LED's taillight bar. And then make sure that you tape everything up nice again. And I just taped up that nice T-tap, wrapped it up in there nice and tight, so keep it waterproof. Wire all the way underneath here. I'll just show you quickly if I can. That's kind of hard to see. I'll just go over top of all the brackets, all the bumper brackets and stuff, and then I'll get some zip ties later, and then feed this green harness up through the bottom there where this other wire harness comes up, and then I've got the green wire here. So on mine, it's mostly a gray wire right there, and it's got a little purple on it. So I'm going to T-tap onto that one for the passenger side signal. Okay, there we go, got that on there. So I'm going to bring this around, and I'm going to wrap this up. I've got some hockey tape, like this here. This stuff makes it look like factory OEM loom. So I'll wrap this up again and put some hockey tape on. Alright, so that's the T-tap, everything wrapped up together. Got the hockey tape on there. Just put the signal light back in and plug her back in. Alrighty, now for the heads part of this video. We've done the tails. I'm gonna install these LEDs from F-150 LEDs, and I ordered the 4-pack because I thought I would put them up here and put them in the 4 spots, but it looks like these little guys would fit and tuck right in really nicely right here in these 3 slots. So I'm going to use 3. It looks more factory plugged in right there. So first step here is to feed the connection cable through here, and then we'll strap them up and lead them over to this fender over this side. We're going to be hooking them up over on the driver's side, but we'll pop these guys in here first, and then actually we got to clean underside here with some alcohol and take the 3M tape off of the back of there. Only 75% alcohol. Oh well. Wonder what the rest is. Cotton, I guess. You don't want to get it nice and clean. There could be wax or grease up there that's gonna prevent it from staying on. So to make this finish off nice, there's push pins on the top here. We'll take these off the top edge so that we can zip tie the cable up here up high, so we can get it out of the way. Now most of them are the straight push pins, but some of them have this little one where you're going to pop the tab up and then pry the pin up. There's a few of those. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. This guy through here, we're going to attach the tape to the top of that slot and then pull it up through here in this opening right here, and then we'll run the wires along the front here down out of the way. You want to keep it down low and strap it, zip tie it down here so it doesn't get in the way of the hood release, and then run them all across over here, and we'll be connecting them up down there. So I stuck the first one in here. You want to push it to the back as far as you can, and then with a little plastic pry tool you press it up so it goes securely right to the top right there. Do this next one. It's really sticky stuff, so try and push it in quickly as you can in the center, right to the back, and then get under it with the pry tool and press it up. Okay, now the fun stuff here. You're going to want to feed the power line. There's a ground and a power line here. You're going to want to drop that down through the fender here. Now I just found an opening here where it will come out just behind the headlight down in there. So you're going to want to pull the wires all the way out through there. And then on this end, you've got the connectors. They're going to plug right in. So I'm going to just pull this line right through. And what I like to do is put a little dielectric grease on the rubber gasket, just a little tiny bit. It just makes it a better connection, and if you have to take it off, put it back on, it's going to keep it nice. I've got the Motorcraft electrical grease. You can use anything there. You can find it at your auto store. But I'm just going to put a little tiny dab on each one. Little dab will do you there. Then wipe your finger on your jeans. I'm not going to do that. Or your alcohol swab that you got there. Clean your finger off nice and clean. That's good stuff. Okay. Now if you notice, there's a little slot on the one and a little tab on the other, so you're going to want to line those up. Get them right in the right spot. Oh yeah. Get it in there and then tighten that little guy on. Top quality stuff here. Like, this is very well done. More. There we go. Now all three attached. We're going to want to pull everything nice and snug. I'm going to zip tie these guys down here. Pull everything down through. Go. So here's my adapter plug. I've just to avoid confusion, I've cut all the wires that don't match up with my plug up here. So I've only got a few on this tremor plug, which is apparently like an XLT headlight. So I've just cut the ones that that don't apply, so I wouldn't confuse myself. I wired the black one, the little T-tap, to the black wire on the harness here, which is the ground. You want to maybe double check. Let's see. Yeah, it's black with a yellow stripe on the factory harness there, and then let's see, yellow with an orange stripe. I hooked the power line to, and I guess that one comes over to. It looks like brown and yellow on this side. Anyway, you have to just check on yours. I use a little light probe. This works really great. They're not very much money. Really sharp point on the end, and you can just probe into the wire, or I'd like to just go on the end of the plug there, but get one of those guys and you can test your wires out. So I've got those wired up there. I'm going to wrap this up, plug it back in, and we'll show you the lights. Okay, a quick little pointer on these LED lights. I had one of my lights that did not light up. So what I did, you notice there's a groove, a little slot there. Didn't think the brand new light would be bad, so The only thing I think of is probably the polarity is switched. So all I did was I took a razor knife and made a slot in the other side, right there, plugged it in, and it worked just fine. Okay, so if that happens to you where you get one that just totally dead, just make a little notch on the other side so you can plug it in, and it will work. All right, look amazing. Alrighty, there they are, all lit up. We'll get some other cool shots here with the hood down, but oh, they click off there just a sec here. There you go. Sweet. Thanks, F-150 LEDs. These are awesome. Very simple to install. Stick up there nice. I run the first one through here, up and then underneath, and then come up on this side over here, just past the lever so it doesn't get in the way there. And we're going to run these all down through here, and it's all tightened up, buttoned up underneath there. I'm just going to put a couple zip ties underneath here and then put the cover back on. There we go. How sweet is that?